Hello and good afternoon. This is your Midhaven message, neither south nor north. This is just where we're coming forth. All right, so we have a HI setup, high definition setup here. We have 9 cards. And you know 6 is usually my fix and 8 is great, but 9 is fine, but 11 is divine. So today we have 9, which is fine with us. The unicorn, the spirit of the unicorn is significant. Ancestor message. Someone's dad said he did not leave his hard work behind for you to become an extremist. I don't know who that message is for, but hopefully it resonates. Like I said, this is Midhaven. Somebody's not at peace. Nothing is at rest because there are things being done that should not be being done here, and someone's ancestors not okay with that. This is the message. This is the Midhaven message. All right, so we're going to take from the cards because we have 9 of them. I'm going to show you every character I'm going to read out because this is an urgent message. I wasn't even going to do a message. I was actually having a mommy party because my duties are pretty much done for today. I had made myself a cocktail that tastes like circus peanuts. So if that message does anything for anybody, the circus peanuts, I don't even like circus peanuts, but the drink tastes like circus peanuts. Peanut butter whiskey and grapefruit seltzer water tastes like circus peanuts. They're usually orange in color, so nope, not orange. They're orangish, peachish. So that's the message. I don't know who that's for. Trust me on this. All right, so we've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Queen of Wands. That's our first card. We're going to read what the Queen of Wands is. The Queen of Wands, you have encountered enough obstacles in your path. This is your time. This is a water sign that is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and fire. That is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. All right, and that is in the upright, being confident, having strong motivation. This is this card here. This is the Queen of Wands, and we're going to go across because this is a 9. We've got the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, I usually keep in mind I go from right to left in my readings. I don't go from left to right. So we've got the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups was in the reversed. This is this figure here going up the mountain. And we're going to read for the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups says, look deep into your heart to see what ignites motivation in your life and what makes you dull and depressed. This is Saturn, Pisces energy. Again, we have water energy and we have Saturn energy, and it is in the reverse, dealing with monotony and embracing change. So we went from the Queen of Wands, we went from the Queen of Wands to the 8 of Cups reverse. You have encountered enough obstacles in your path. This is your time to rise, being confident, having strong motivation, and dealing with monotony and embracing change. Okay, so you have to be confident while embracing change and dealing with a bit of chaos, I believe. Then we go over to the Queen of Pentacles. That is across, straight across. This is this figure here. Queen of Pentacles. We're going to read for the Queen of Pentacles, and that would say, besides your motherly attributes, you also excel in leading projects and executing your plan successfully. That again is water, and this is mixed with earth. Water signs being the Pisces, the Scorpio, and the Cancer. Earth sign being the Capricorn, Taurus. It's the Capricorn, the Taurus. I'm trying to remember exactly what the earthy signs were. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. That's what the earthy signs are. And that was in the upright, living in luxury and comforting others. So there's some monotony and embracing the change of luxury. So someone has to adjust, maybe downsize. Change is inevitable in that line. So we're going to skip to the next one, which is Nine of Pentacles. That is in the reverse. That just was out. Your life is replete with wealth, prosperity, abundance, and luxury. Be thankful for everything you got and stay humble. That came in the reverse. So avoid overindulgence, overcoming lack of self-worth. Okay, so while adjusting and embracing the change, avoid becoming attached to material things. That does not make you. It doesn't make you having or not having things. What matters is you being your authentic self. So embrace this change. It may be necessary. Who knows? Now we have the Nine of Wands, which is interesting because it came out sideways. So we have to figure out a way to decipher this. This, unfortunately, I have other tarot cards that have side definitions, but I'll show you exactly what it looks like. This is this guy here. Remember, you can do masculine and feminine depending on the properties. Nine of Wands. So far, this has been a mostly divine feminine pole, Midhaven. Nine of Wands. This is this figure here. Let's read it out. The Nine of Wands says, you have lived a life full of trials and tribulations, but your determination has always helped you to overcome all the obstacles. Your mantra is to keep going. This is the moon in Sagittarius, which is, the moon is intuitive, and Sagittarius is a sign, a fire sign. That is the Archer. That is pointed, something with precision. So this coming out in the sideways. Upright, this means maintaining resilience and gain strength. Reverse means finding peace and shifting values. So the middle ground to that would be what? Just staying stable. So just basically keeping your composure during this intense change, and I guess it would be finances, abundance, family, job change, any changes that you might be going to. Remember, material things do not make or break you. It is your reaction to the things and how you bounce back. Then we have the Nine of Swords. I'm going to show you the card. Here we are. Here. That's the Nine of Swords. Again, it's all in how you handle life. And that is, do not feel ashamed of being traumatized. Chin up, conquer your pains. That was in the upright. Recovering from illness, releasing trauma. That is Mars in Gemini. So that is duality. And basically recovering and not basically dwelling on what you had to let go and pass on, because it can create illness in the body and ailments. It could create things that you can never even pronounce, and it can also cause autoimmune diseases. If you worry too much stress can cause a heart attack, stroke, and those things of that nature. So be mindful of your health while you're going through a transition and adjusting. Trouble doesn't last always. This is Midhaven again, Midhaven. Then we have the moon, which is a major arcana. Here we are. There it is. That's the moon. Let's get it. You know, when it comes to the major arcana, I never find them very fast. So, baby, yep, there it is. The moon is a Pisces. It's Piscean. So far, we've had a lot of Pisces out here today. We've had Pisces, not too much of anything else. We've had Sagittarius, and we've had Saturn, which represents the world. So, feeling completed in integration, not feeling so. So you've got to kind of keep a balance here, and I think that's what that Nine of Wands was representing in the middle. That's why that was sideways, trying to keep a balance of things while you're going through this transition. But what we were reading from the moon is navigate the change and life transitions gracefully instead of resisting it. An excellent opportunity is lying ahead of you to help you eliminate your highest path. So this might not be at all a loss. Developing intuition, listening to your dreams. So you might be able to elevate and ascend a little bit more in your healing journey if you just embrace this change. Like I said, all negative things don't last for always, and you might want to just go into it, surrender. You know, sometimes you just have to surrender and go to God or whoever you pray to and just surrender. You don't have control of everything, and just know that things are going to be okay at some point in time. We have to think of things on both sides of things. That's what that Gemini energy represented in the Nine of Swords. So now we have the King of Swords, and maybe things are looking up because the King of Swords represents a lot of confidence and sitting on your throne and being able to oversee things. So let's see what this says on the cards. This is the King of Swords. Remember how this looks. This does not look bad. I say it looks like a pretty good posture from where we are, even though he has a very stern and stoic look on his face. Let's see what the King of Swords is. You have a special connection to laws, rules, authority because of your analytical and logical mindset. Research before implementing your decisions. That's air and air sign. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And that is in the upright, having intellectual power, displaying integrity and truth. So, although you're going through all these changes, you still have your intellect to save you. So be smart about your decisions going forward. See, I told you this card does not mean everything is bad. See, there is some good in it. At least you're smart enough to know. Sometimes you have to be smart enough to know when to hold them, smart enough to know when to fold them. That's all you need. And we come to our last card, which is 9. Three of Wands. That is Virgo energy. Let's see what this, because let's be clear on this now, because we're almost done. This is a quick read with more cards. The Three of Wands, you have created a firm foundation for yourself. Now it is the time to plan for a secure future. And that is in the upright, moving forward, commitment to the future. That is Sun in Aries. Nope, I'm sorry, not it wasn't Virgo. My apologies. But it was the Aries sign. Pardon me. But yeah, that's the Aries sign, the Three of Wands. That's the Sun energy, and this is the Aries. I don't know why I saw the V, and just thought about Virgo. Maybe there's a Virgo out there that's worrying my energy to death. So this is it. So on this last card, this is basically just coming out of your comfort zone to explore new territories No, that's not it. You have created a firm foundation for yourself. Now it is time to plan for a secure future. Moving forward, commitment to the future. Yeah, so. Yeah, it is. And it has even a little plane, if you could see. It has a little plane up there. So just looking off into the distance and maybe planning on traveling. I don't know. So use your brain and maybe not physical travel, but maybe just moving from one mind space to the next. Maybe that's what that means. But this is a Midhaven message, and sometimes you just got to be that different one. Lord knows I know it. So this has been a pre-recorded message, and the cards have been pulled. Pay attention to the thumbnail. It's the setup that matters.